Hey, what's up, everyone?
Aloha.
This is Moana. I'm Ty. This is the Audacious Curiosity Show,
Chee-hoo.
where we explore amazing people and the amazing world. This is Moana, Native Hawaiian, yogi, magical woman, and slash. Uh,
Artist. What?
well, I was
What?
gonna say two spirited.
Oh yeah, two spirit. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And
yeah,
also what they call hapa, which is half Hawaiian, Asian, and the other half is white,
right.
which
Yeah,
is always a weird. It's a wonderful combo.
yeah,
A little weird, but wonderful.
awesome.
So
And
yeah, I love you. Thanks for having me.
yeah, thank you so much. I know you weren't prepared or anything,
No, I'm
but
always prepared.
if you'd be down to maybe just guide us through a little like
Oh yeah, a prayer.
grounding, yeah,
Yeah,
like
I was
just to
gonna
kind of
offer that.
bring us into the moment and
Oh, thank you. I was gonna offer that. Can we light this?
yeah,
And
do a
thank
little
you. I was gonna do a little prayer for us.
awesome.
And it's actually the prayer is one of my favorite quotes. I mean, there's so many things Hawaiian, and I'm kind of not the best Hawaiian remembering Hawaiian things, but
Sure.
I have a twin sister who's a PhD from like Harvard on epistemology, which is the study of your culture from your cultural view. So she's the one that remembers every quote that there is. But this prayer is about loving is the practice of an awake mind.
Mm.
Loving. And it makes me cry because these are intense times. So we can just close our eyes and enjoy this moment together. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Thank you for this moment to go slow. Let's do one more. Yeah. Thank you for the smell of sage. And for the light of the candle and this beautiful lavender, my green water, and for your presence. Thank you for this time to reflect, be curious, joyful, genuine, real. All the things that we're practicing in this time of struggle, in this time of incredible loss and misdirection. Let this moment be an incredible moment of joy and friendship and maybe a magical word or two exchange for sure with Ty. I love this guy. Let's just really call it in for our world right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we can send this peace and this joy and this magic to the entire universe because we are from the universe. No one's going to save us during this time except our own consciousness. So I know it's not a prayer or a meditation, but it's, I'll sing and chant this right now for us as it's really quite beautiful. Ulua e ke valina, a ke aloha. Ulua e ke valina, a ke aloha. Ulua e ke valina, a ke aloha. Loving is the practice of an awake mind. And that's what this moment is for me. I love you.
Thank you. Wow.
Plus one of my favorite sayings is on my head. I do wear caps that make sense. I just don't wear them just because they're gangster looking. Somebody called me a spiritual gangster the other day. I thought, that's an interesting concept, maybe. But Om Namah Shivaya, okay? You're a yogi too, and that's I relate to the consciousness of the Indian philosophies and the East philosophies, of course my Hawaiian philosophies, but I bow my mind, my intellect to my heart, and I allow my heart to lead. That's what Om Namah Shivaya is. People think I'm just so kind and friendly and all that. That's what we're supposed to do, and that is aloha.
Yeah.
That's a whole another day of conversation. I think we should just have an aloha circle right here.
Yeah.
In your house out there, because that's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
and we can run it. There's no, we can prepare for all those things, but to really share the genuineness. Everybody always says what they do. It's the weirdest thing, Ty. I've been to so many circles and everybody's popping off on what they do for a living. I'm like, that's not the question we just asked. Anyways, I'm
Yeah.
digressing, but you know, we're opening this time to support everyone to take responsibility
Yeah.
for who they are and how
Hmm.
they show up in their world, not the frick what they do.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of what people do, actually,
Yeah.
just to let you know. So, anyways,
Yeah. I actually, I heard that one of the illusions of the ego is I am what I do. And like that it's one of the biggest problems because then when you get fired or you're not able to do that thing, then you're nothing.
you're
And then
attached.
it's
Yeah,
right.
you're
And then
attached.
you lose your identity, your everything. It's like, well, this is who I am, is what I do. And therefore, if I can't do that, I'm nothing. I'm worthless. I'm,
You and I both
all,
know how incredibly. I mean, I'm at a time in my life where everything's really funny to me,
yeah,
as horrible as it is. It just, I'm in like total awe of how horrible stuff is right
yeah,
now.
sure. Yeah,
And I'm not laughing at anyone. I'm doing my best to pull myself out in observation mode and go, wow, this sucks. Yeah, and people come to me and they're and the key in life that I've learned after being here for 6 decades plus is you got to figure out the solution. That's not necessarily masculine because I do I do identify as what do the kids call it, gender fluid, non-binary. I love
yeah,
that shit.
yeah,
I do. I think it's the cutest thing. Back in the day, I was putting on ties and vests and I didn't know what the hell that was for me. I was
right.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this time is really kind of a comedy act to me.
Hmm.
Kind of a comedy act because if you're not finding some humor in it, you're not going to make it through. And yes, you can cry through it all because there's a lot to cry about. Let it go. Be with friends you can be yourself with.
Yeah.
I can, because I'm judgmental. I come from a very judgmental era. We're fucking judgmental.
Uh-huh.
And I will just say to people, look, I'm observing and I'm making an observation. It may sound like judgment to you, but
Right.
to me, it's observation.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of patience for repetitive whining. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, well, I wonder what the real difference is between you just having that outward facing, like, I'm gonna say it, like, is that judgment or is that just like your willingness
to
to
be honest, yeah,
say where
yeah,
you're at as opposed to like being afraid. I think that something I can resonate with is very much always wanting to be liked
yeah,
and then knowing how it feels to have someone say something to you that doesn't, maybe
resonate.
stings a
Yeah.
little, and then I would never want to make someone feel like that. And so
No.
then I have those
Well, that's
moments
the
where I'm
practice.
too,
Yeah. Well, that's the practice,
yeah,
right? That's the practice that I've had more practice. The only difference between you and me is I've had more practice
yeah,
because I've worked on staying very conscious. I was very unconscious growing up, whole nother ball game, and I was inebriated, from 14 to 40, basically.
yeah,
So, hated myself for a multitude of reasons. We can talk about any of those things, but the reality is I wanted to be liked, of course. I'm the middle of 7 children.
yeah.
I'm the tiniest of 7.
Hmm.
You asked about challenges. Being tiny was a challenge
Yeah.
because people would just pick on me. I'm like, go pick on someone your own size. Why are you picking on? People have always been jealous of me because I'm a friendly human,
Hmm.
and they tried to wipe that out of me in my early days, and they did
Yeah.
because you can't be that friendly.
Right.
What are you making friends with? You can't be that friendly. I'm like, why? I mean, I was a fun little happy kid
Yeah.
until about 14, and started to drink the booze. That was the
Yeah.
era, the 60s, 70s. We drank at high school events.
Uh-huh.
After with the other teams from the high schools. I mean, what the heck was going on there? We
Uh-huh.
were we were pretty bad.
Yeah.
But the reality is, we're all want to be liked. That's like in the top 5 things. Want to be liked, want to be
Sure.
seen, want to be heard,
Yeah.
want to be loved, all those things.
Yep.
It's the same for everyone in every arena. Those are the same things,
Yeah.
and so now at this time of my life, I've really practiced to be kind and compassionate, and no buts, and I'm really honest. Like, sweet friends who've been going through it, trying to break up with someone for 3 years, and it's terrible. And I keep saying to them, look, you just put yourself back in that same situation and you expected something different. You got the same stuff, same things, and so they know when they come to me after about 5 times of doing the same, I'm going to call them on it. And because I don't have a lot of bandwidth for repetitive nature. I
Yep.
did it as a kid. I repeated my entire life multitudes of times.
Yeah.
Different people, different jobs, different places, and I have had a great time, but I'm never going to call it a waste of time. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. And it's kindness and loving self. When you love yourself, people can tell you you're a bitch to your face, and they've told me that. You're difficult. You're a difficult woman. And so because I'm asking for what I want and how I want it, because I'm paying you $30 for this meal and it's not to my standards,
Right.
take it back.
Yeah.
I'm not like that, but I've had male managers say, you're difficult. I'm like, woo, I came so close to jumping over and, you want to see difficult?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, those are the moments, and it's practice. I was part of a compilation book that Jack Canfield. I paid for all this. It was pretty crazy, but my my chapter time was like in the middle of 40 people who had 10 steps to happiness, 20 steps to success, and I had this cute little 4 pages called practice. And
Mm.
my 3 little steps were, pay attention, just loving is a practice of an awake mind. If you're not awake, I don't care how successful you are,
Yeah.
because you're not gonna be, as we call in Hawaiian, pono. You're not gonna be right with yourself. How are you gonna be a healer if you're healing somebody? Your things all messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's it's it's
Yeah.
not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, being able, what I hear in that for, loving is an awake mind is just like how loving
The practice of an awake mind.
the practice of an awake mind
Hmm.
is like loving is presence, is like full presence. And I do men's work and participate in a lot of sacred masculinity stuff like that, and one of the things I hear the most is my wife is telling me I'm not present enough. And I feel it in my own ways of like so many things going on, and then trying to be present with anyone sometimes feels like such a shift. Like I have to like actively do something to like get myself to be able to like not be thinking about these other things while like this person is talking to me or something, like, and like having that moment where we just like say a prayer and drop into the space. And it's like I can't really do that in every conversation I have. It's unrealistic to think that,
For real.
but I definitely notice that I have little moments where I catch myself in that, and I just can feel that just the active thought of me being aware that I'm not being present helps to kind of shift that. And it's almost just like feeling like the energy is coming forward, and it's in the heart space. It totally is. It's like that shift of just like coming right here instead of whatever is,
Well, that's the Om Namah Shivaya right there. That's bowing your mind to your heart, and
mm,
that's breath work.
yeah,
When we do breath work, I do it every night, every morning for myself, little simple things. And, I studied with Dr. Sue Morter for a year, and
cool.
she was incredible. And, you pay all this huge money to get right down to the shit already, and it's a crack up, but it's a reminder. It's a reminder, like everybody's going off on the presidential stuff, and I don't know crap about any of the politics because I just don't play in that realm. I just don't. I'm a Native Hawaiian,
Yeah,
and America stole our country illegally. So that enough said about that. But
yeah,
the reality is we are our own we are our own gurus. We're our own teachers. I mean, I know that I'm an eternal being. That's what she taught me, is that to really remind me that I'm eternal.
Mm,
I'm infinite. I'm
yeah.
eternal. I'm infinite. And that this beautiful light and torus around us comes through this entire system, and we're doing like this cosmic washing machine, right? And if we're thinking shit crap thoughts, and guess what? You pull it right back into your whole system,
Yeah.
and you repeat it again. Whoop
Yeah.
whoop whoop whoop. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's like loving is a practice of an awake mind. So when you're seeing that happen, and you know you're saying you're saying it again. And I feel that when we say it, we manifest it. That's just my practice. So I spend a lot of time alone.
Hmm.
People see me out doing things with people because I'm a giver and I like community things. And when I'm alone, I'm alone. I do not have a partner for a reason, because I want to be alone, right now. This
Mm,
is time. I mean, I'm open to all the possibilities of life,
sure.
but, and, I've lived 30 years in you guys.
Yeah.
I've been through multitudes of partners.
Totally.
That's just kind of my nature. I mean, if
Yeah.
I understood the concept of poly way back when, I would have just had more fun in those arenas, but that's way too much people to take care of. I'm having a hard time just taking care of myself sometimes. But
Right.
yeah, so that concept of bringing it back in again and going, okay, I've done that before. Thank you. And I get on the sugar jags. I'm just going to use that as a example. I mean, I drink green water, which feeds my electrolytes in the cells of every inch of my body.
Yeah.
And when I'm stressed out, because I had a friend murdered on Eclipse Day by her
Wow.
son,
Wow.
and stuff like that. So there's just been a lot of really hardcore things going on for people, and because I support a lot of things, I practice stuff for myself to be in a quieter, more centered space, because
Yeah.
I cannot go out in the world
Yeah.
uncentered. Like most of the time, I don't get out the world until noon or two.
What
You know,
I'm curious, what are some specific practices and kind of habits that you have that you feel like help your physical and mental health and give you that ability to hold space for other people?
well, those are good questions, because I wish I was more consistent at it myself.
Sure.
However, breath, number one for me. You know, I break out in Kabbalah Bhati all the time, on my own, just, getting the breath of fire going,
Yeah.
because I need the circulation. I love to dance. I know that is an interesting ritual, but I'll boogie around my house. Plus, I have drums and percussions in my house, and I like shakers a lot,
Mm.
because I'm a drummer. But I love just, when I'm needing it, I just shake it around me. And then I've got a whole deck. I mean, if you were to come to my little cute house, it's a tiny apartment, and it's mine, being one of seven siblings, and I have a twin sister. So I've never been alone most of my life. And having this space for the last 9 years has been a miracle.
Mm.
So it looks like some crazy fun witch lives here, kind of. It's a walk-in altar. So I mean, I literally have an altar that goes from one end of, as you walk in, to the other end, and it's just got, Shiva in the big middle. It's a friend of mine's. I don't know if she's going to get it back from me, though, because I'm in love with Shiva. And brass candlesticks, and it's, all my relatives who died and friends, and
Mm.
and I've got hats here and coats here, so it's like this walking magical closet. That's
Mm.
my life. And so the rituals that I do are just um beauty.
Mm.
What's what people struggle with, just putting up beauty in their lives. And I love your house. You've got plants.
Yeah.
um you
Yeah, this
know
is our
this is beautiful here.
we call it Walter. It's our wall altar.
I love that, Walter. I'm gonna use that. I've got a Walter too,
Yeah.
man. She's big.
Yeah.
It's a she
Yeah.
with a he name, so that's kind of like me
Hey,
too.
exactly.
Oh, by
Fits.
the way,
Yeah.
Moana here. That's that. I have a brother named Maui. Did you know that? Did I tell you that
No, I
once?
didn't know that actually. Wow, that's
It's
awesome.
wild. It's
Yeah,
really, really wild.
that's so cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, Moana is coming out again in November, a second one.
Yes.
So that should be interesting. It's not the
Yeah.
same little girl, but it's another Polynesian girl that's singing and
Okay.
doing the parts, as I think the other one's busy or something. But yeah, my brother Maui lives in the Hood River. He's not far away from me.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a good guy. But I'm out there to him. You know what I mean? I'm like way too woo woo for him. I can't wear patchouli around my family. They're like, yeah, what is that smell?
I love it. Yeah.
So the rituals are doing my best to get my 64 ounces of water in me, green water
Mm,
in me every day. That's a really important one.
yeah.
I I'm a night owl, so for most people, getting to bed early would be a good suggestion. But for me, I don't do it.
Yeah.
But I sleep a good 7, 8 hours, 9 hours sometimes, and it's that's that mentality where people think, oh, you don't get up early, you're a bad person. There is a stigma on sleeping in
Yeah.
and being a night owl. It's such a bummer. My twin gets up at 5 in the morning and she's a Buddhist and does her prayers and does that stuff. And I flow differently,
Yeah.
but I used to feel really bad about that. All these
Hmm.
weird things. And I'm like, no, I get to design my own world.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
get to design your own world,
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
there's lots of good things that everybody can do. Yes, I meditate, not well. I have a nice cushion. I sit on it, roll around, read my cards, and I'm too excited to keep still some days.
Yeah.
And I know stillness is good, and I do have a lot of still
Yeah.
time for myself. But
Yeah.
I'm not the best meditator, so don't ask me about how to do that
Well,
better.
that's why I love breath work.
Yeah,
Because I feel like any person that struggles with meditation should try practicing breath work because it's so active,
so fun.
and you're like, it's like the difference between you know coffee and melatonin.
Right.
It's like, are you the type of person that just has that like very relaxed energy, and like in that sense, like maybe you need to practice different types of breath work. Actually, I just learned about this breath work technique called
Shanka,
butenko breath
Shanka.
work, and it's all about uh essentially not breathing breath work.
Just holding your retention.
Right. So it's
Retention.
like you lay flat and you kind of exhales really
Keep exhaling.
softly,
Yeah.
and you just kind of wait until you get that air hunger, and then you kind of just take a little soft breath in, and you wait until all of a sudden you're kind of getting to that place and then you kind of push it and relax and be like, I know I can take a breath whenever I need to, it's okay. And then you take a little breath in, and
Nice.
then you wait, and over time, at some points I kind of get that feeling where it's like, oh, my body's like, you gotta take a breath,
Yeah.
like.
Because you're
eh,
so relaxed and out.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because I'm noticing that practice is very much like self-soothing, kind of like finding that place in yourself where you're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
You
Well, it's
know that
soothing
you
that
can breathe.
parasympathetic nervous system to the max,
Yeah,
like central channel breathing.
yeah,
Very similar where you just slow it down, and it's really fun.
yeah.
What tradition does that come from? That name, is it Mexican?
Butenko, I
Butanto,
don't
is it
know. I think it actually came
Mexican
from a
or
scientist
a scientist? Okay.
named Butenko. I think is what it is, and it was all about his discovery and realizing that CO2 is a really important part, and everyone's like, oxygen, we have to make sure oxygen is like so important. And in fact, he's saying that it's not the case. It's that the CO2 does a bunch of things to our body, which is this whole idea about hormesis, which is a process where you cause yourself stress to create the inverse response. So like if you do a cold plunge, you're like freezing cold and your body is like, "Oh," causing a bunch of stress, and then you get out and then your body dumps a bunch of dopamine. It's like this response to stress. And so by increasing the amount of CO2 in our body, you're causing this adverse effect of actually your body starts making more blood cells, making more platelets, more hemoglobin, and like all of these things. It literally like causes your body to like cell regeneration, all this crazy stuff because you're causing yourself stress. So it's yeah,
Yeah, you
really
won't get
interesting.
me in a cold plunge.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. This Hawaiian doesn't do cold like that. No, no, no. I'm a jacuzzi sauna girl.
Yeah.
I get it, and I do have a cold plunge, like a cap that I pull over my eyes, and it's just nice enough to
Yeah.
kind of work my vagus nerve a little bit and wake things up.
Sure.
I wish I could. My twin sister, however, likes cold freezing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
We're not identical twins. We're fraternal, but
Oh, cool.
yeah, but she's hilarious. We do have a lot of uh thought energies that are the same. We definitely know we're two aliens that came in together,
Yeah.
through this realm of Hawaii. And yeah, I've learned a lot from my twin sister. She's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just a remarkable human. She's in Fiji right now. She's a keynote speaker for this week-long conference thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So, 30 years in front of you, I don't know anything. How's that for a
Yeah.
opening comment? Because, you want to know, you want to know, you want to be well known for smarts and this and that. And boy,
Yeah.
talk about stressful. Brother, I come from seven siblings.
Mm.
Everyone has a 4-year degree. Every single one of us, all seven of us.
Wow.
3 have masters.
Wow.
And my twin sister has her doctorate, master's and doctorate.
Wow.
This is the group I come from.
Yeah.
I had my diploma sent to me in the mail. And I was the only one that didn't walk my graduation because I went to a private school and then I ended up at a big state school. The only one who did that. Played collegiate volleyball, basketball, and soccer. A little 5'2", 120-pound me. Yes, me. Because I'm very kinesthetically gifted, but I'm
Yeah.
tiny. My twin was kinesthetically gifted. I was probably better than her, but she's 7 inches taller than me.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So this whole formation of who you are at 30, I mean, I thought you were going to say you were intimidated by your father because he being so brilliant. I mean, my twin would walk into the room and the whole world would just bow at her feet because
Mm-hmm.
she's like an authored person. She's PhD. She's Dr. Manu Meyer. And
Mm.
so I'd be like, whatever, I'll see you guys later. Because,
Yeah.
I've heard it all for like 40 years, 30 years, this pontification. And she made it happen. She did the whole thing. And she's
Yeah.
brilliant. I have her leather thesis book. And I spray painted it and did crazy shit to it. So that's how much I don't know about anything. All I do know, what's important is I'm here because I love your heart.
Mm.
I've watched you and Anaya for the last years, watching you do your thing.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything that was unkind, just the junk things that you see in people that you realize that, oh, they're just young and they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what someone like me would say because I'm an elder.
Yeah.
I'm what they would call kupuna in Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Kupuna means a standing, strong, tall spring of knowledge.
Yeah.
And the knowledge I would give you is just what you already know, is that you're infinite and gorgeous and we're light and we go back into light. And that's all I'm here to remind you about. So,
Yeah.
you did well not, having a father like that. Oh man, my mother was brilliant too. And so my father was like dropped out of high school. My mom went to college. She got a degree in, literature or something scary. As a Hawaiian woman, we're like, what? She put us all, I wish I had pictures. Next time we'll bring pictures because
Yeah.
we look like the Von Trapp family, because there were, 6 girls and then the last guy is Maui, our brother.
Okay.
And we have these goofy pictures. The 60s and 70s were those goofy picture times where our mother put us in matching outfits, made us sing and dance for the people that come over. It was so weird. And we were raised Catholic,
Oh,
which
okay.
almost did me in.
Yeah.
So, what I do know is that love is love. And what I do know is that I don't believe in any direct religion.
Mm-hmm.
I really, truly believe. I like Yogananda, right?
Yeah.
Yogananda, man. He's my man. Just self-realization.
Yeah.
Not in an ego form, in a servant form. That we're here to serve and that blessings come to us. Shit happens and how you deal with it, all that.
Yeah.
It's I could write a book and it's all the same of all the books that everybody's writing. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
Why would I want to be the next whatever anymore? Or
Yeah.
wear heels I'd rock that runway though. I really would. I have a few days to decide on that. Find some shoes that I can just wear for the the audition.
Yeah. I mean, they make boots with heels.
Fuck yeah, I
You
know. I
can
have
rock some.
boots too, but
Yeah.
man, they cripple me. Okay,
I
we're
know. I know.
off the
Yeah.
subject, but
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
these are the things. That's what we got to do. At 30, you're ambitious. You want to do it all. You're gonna start your family here soon
Yeah.
with the love of your life. I mean, I'm at the other end of it where in 15 years you're gonna be 45 maybe or somewhere 42, whatever. In 15 years I'm gonna be 80.
Yeah.
Okay, which is gonna be a crazy old lady. I'm crazy now, and I'm gonna even more fun then. But I'm gonna be like, you start as this beautiful little light, this
Mm,
little light blossom into radiance, and then one by one you count yourself out.
mm,
Dimension, you have 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 dimensions, and you count yourself out
mm.
to 0 point, and out you go.
Wow.
It's really precious. I just pray that I go, without any pain,
Mm.
that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So, I go to these places sometimes and you just let me ramble, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
the reality is we're in it together, and I choose people like you and I choose wisely. I don't have time for everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody asks me all the time to do stuff, and I do stuff, and then things change. The resonance changes.
Yeah.
That's the tender part.
Yeah.
If you're like, there's a lot going on for me right now, and just I'm an artist too, and
Yeah.
I've been doing interior, redesign for people forever. I love that couch, by the way. That's such a fun couch.
Yeah.
Sexy, sexy era. This is my favorite era, and of course, gold.
Yeah.
Ugh, my favorite.
When we're done, I'll show you the one that's in Josh's room.
Uh,
Emerald velvet.
See, I must have been a gay pirate or something because I love velvet, gold, velvet, emerald, anything, and black, of course. And
Yeah.
so, it's just a fun time. And what a father you had. Wow. Is he still
Yeah.
with us? He's still
Yep.
alive? Good.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah. He's
incredible.
doing a lot of really cool things.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What's your mother like?
Yeah, she's a herbalist,
Of
bead
course.
bead worker. Yeah.
You too. You come from some pretty intense parents
Yeah.
too. I
Oh
love
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean yeah.
it.
Wait a second, I'm not supposed to be interesting. I'm supposed to be
That's
interested.
okay. I'm a
What?
good interviewer too. If you need, I'm really good at this. I've hosted my own things too, and I've been a
Yeah.
good MC. So no, I'm curious because I'm interested in you, and
Yeah.
we haven't had these conversations.
Yeah.
So just spend a minute telling me a little bit more about your mother. She
Sure.
does beadwork
Yeah.
and
Yeah, beadwork. Yeah, she was an herbalist, and my parents both studied Xingyi and Qigong for a really long time, doing the kind of martial arts, Tai Chi type stuff. And a lot of connection to the Chinese medicine there, and I Ching and stuff like that.
yeah, I read the I Ching as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, my
And
twin does too.
and then they also got connected with the Native American Church of America, and did a lot of peyote and stuff like
Whew.
that. And
I don't think I can do peyote.
yeah,
What I've heard people go through, I'm like, ooh,
yeah.
no thanks. Ayahuasca's enough.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Totally.
Super fun.
Yeah.
4 times on that, Yeah,
Awesome.
it's good enough. I don't need to be doing 50 of those journeys. Good
I
Lord.
know.
I hear people that are like, yeah, I've done it 15 times. I'm like, why? Hasn't it been helpful?
Right. Did you right?
I'm like,
Did you learn? Did you learn? What
well, that's me in combo too. Have you ever tried combo?
combo? No, I haven't
Oh
yet.
my
Yeah.
gosh, combo is not psychedelic, but combo
Right.
is really incredibly good for just cleansing out all the organs, but it is not fun.
Yeah.
Right, the first time it wasn't fun, and I've done it 4 times. That's how cuckoo I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Wait,
I do it with a good friend of mine, and I believe in her abilities, and
and
she's
did you
safe.
you did it before you did the ayahuasca? Was it in
Well, I did ayahuasca when I was 40, so and then
Okay.
I did the last couple of ayahuascas over the last 9 years
Okay.
here, and then combo over the last 4 years here,
Okay.
and a little bit of mushrooms too. Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
you can put this anywhere. I don't care because you know what? All this stuff they told us it was illegal.
Yeah.
They told us it wasn't good for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Our generation judged the crap out of pot smokers and all the psychedelics and la 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 and LSD guys and all that stuff. And all that stuff's used properly with guidance and reverence
Yeah.
is the coolest shit on the planet.
Yeah.
And we all
Absolutely.
became boozers. We all became, freaking drinkers, which almost killed me multitudes of times, or
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yep.
No, I'm being super honest
Yeah.
because this is where I roll right now.
Yep.
Because I'm grateful for all you kids, and I'm grateful for the inclusion, because I've learned a lot that, it's not the cure for everything, because you can still wake up and be a total jerk out
Mm.
of all of this. And
Mm-hmm.
if it didn't wake you up, then yeah, maybe you need 20 sessions of ayahuasca. But the reality is we got to learn.
Yeah.
We got to learn, or you're going to repeat it.
Yeah.
Remember that cosmic giant washing machine?
Yep.
And I'm repeating some stuff myself, even at
Mm-hmm.
65, and I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
cracking myself up, going, all right, nobody needs to know about it. Facebook and Instagram. I get that it's important. I do it occasionally too, put out my silly day. I went to a waterfall yesterday with some friends. It was cute. It was a gal pal of mine and her baby daddy. They're not together, but they're raising their son together.
Nice.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And we went to a little waterfall that was literally covered with humans, just it was maybe a half mile up or mile up and mile. It was just packed.
Wow.
It was really weird. However, what was beautiful was going with them, just doing a little family outing with them.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just beautiful to be outside. I said hi to everybody going up and going down, and people looked at me like I was a crazy mofo. And I just said, I don't care. Either you say hi and we make each other's day because we're smiling at each other, or you can just be a grump and walk by, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm not attached to you being nice to me.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference. There's the 30 years of practice right there. So I love myself. You could tell me go to hell, or I'm difficult, or, I'm a boss bitch, or whatever it is. And I'd be like, yep. Can you tell me something I don't know? Right, right.
Yeah. Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Your mom, she's a boss bitch, and your
Yep.
dad's a badass. I look
Yep.
forward to meeting them sometime.
Yeah.
Because
So, well, they've split.
Oh, okay.
But my mom and her husband just moved to Oahu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm going there in September
Awesome.
for my nephew's wedding. I'd love to meet him.
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't need to have you there. I can, say I
That's so
know.
crazy. When in
Yeah.
September
I'm September 4th through the 18th.
September 4th is my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That is
And my
amazing.
friend is getting married September 20th.
In Hawaii?
No, in Ojai,
Yeah.
where me and Anaya are from.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ojai is so beautiful. Yeah. I mean, it's my nephew's birthday. Not birthday, wedding. He's marrying his sweetheart.
Okay.
He just finished his. That's how crazy my family is. He just finished his residency
Ah,
as an ER doc.
wow.
What the hell?
Wow.
He had just blood and guts on him for 4 years. I mean, who does that kind of stuff? Then he pulls out a ukulele and can sing and play like a songbird.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know where he came from, because in a million years I never thought he'd be an ER doc, but he is the sweetest, most gorgeous face to see when you're about ready to die.
Right.
Or when you're being put back together again, or whatever
Yeah.
he's doing.
Yeah.
He's marrying this hilariously gorgeous, she's a pharmacist or something wild, where they're just both brilliant motherfuckers,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
gorgeous, and she's in for a ride with him.
Yeah. The
'Cause
ER thing is
because
crazy.
he got a job. I mean, he's just so magical. This kid, he just manifested, and he's been through some really terrible things, and
Yeah.
then got to the space. And I watched each of his girlfriends, which were all very similar. I'm like, he could marry that one too, or that one, or that one. They're all, and then he meets this one, and she is not going to put up with his bullshit.
Yeah.
Because the other ones would.
Yeah.
And this one's just like, oh, hell no. So
Yeah.
we're going to have a fun wedding in September there. And
Yeah.
then I've got other things going on. And then it's my birthday with my twin on the 13th. Yours September 4th, and I'm the 13th of September.
Awesome.
Yeah, no wonder we get along.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, it is cool because
Yeah.
we're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Virgos.
Yes.
Yes, Virgos.
Earth signs.
Yeah, the earth signs, and everybody go, oh, of course, Virgos. They're so egotistical. I said, listen, I'm confident. And they call me arrogant too. I said, I'm not arrogant. I'm just confident. I like myself. Just go over there if you have issues, because people get weirdly jealous about me too. Because I don't give a fuck about what you know. You can always edit that out too, but could be a fun blooper.
Definitely. No, there's a lot of
No, you're
gems in here.
adorable. I just you bring
Thank
out
you.
you bring out the silly in me, and
Yeah.
you have brilliant parents that you love, and
Yeah.
it'd be an honor to meet them if it works out.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Absolutely.
busy,
Yeah.
but it'd be an honor to meet them because I know you,
Yeah.
and they must be just fucking cool.
Yeah.
And my age, probably.
Yep. Yeah.
They're in their 60s.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would love to connect you.
I
Yeah.
think it'll happen.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I love meeting parents of cool kids that I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I hear all the stories. Like Ashley Bond and I are very close friends. I mean, didn't mean to say her name, but she's a doll. She's like she's a relative to me,
Yeah.
and doesn't get along great with her biological mother.
Mm.
Her biological mother and I are the same age,
Okay.
so I'm like her pseudo
Yeah.
mom dad
Yeah.
mom
Love
pop
that.
mom pop.
Yep.
You know, because
Yeah.
because because I'm funny and kind and considerate and thoughtful to her as a child,
Yeah.
and I'd be that way to you and Anaya. You're both, amazing. So just you need anything, anytime,
Thank you.
just call because everything changes quickly, and
Yeah.
who knows where and when and for anything for
Yep.
any of us actually.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say yes to good things like this.
Yeah.
And I know you are curious and interested in other people,
Thank you.
but you're also incredibly interesting to hear from as well.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm a natural host too. In fact, during the pandemic, whatever the demic that was, stupid, silly time. I call it the silly time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys did,
Circus.
but I'm hoping
No,
whatever you
we
did.
didn't get
I love
vaccinated.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for allowing me
Yeah.
to just express that with you
Yeah.
because I never know. And
Yeah.
nobody, no, it's hard. And, really bright people did.
Yeah.
So you could be one of those bright people that did. And,
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck,
Yeah. Yeah.
so blessings to that.
Yeah.
And you can have fun with this. You're going to have fun editing this because we're saying some cuckoo shit. I love it. Time that we could get, banned for. I don't care.
This is the audacious curiosity show. We got to my whole concept for it was like audacity. Like the word
You have the audacity.
right, like
I'm like, shut the fuck up. You have the audacity. Of course I have the audacity.
Yeah.
Can I talk about that to a second? To that word?
Absolutely. Please.
Okay, so everybody, people, just to let educate you a little bit on being indigenous.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to speak up as an indigenous person?
Mm.
Whoa, the shame was deep for a long fucking time.
Mm.
So I love that this is the audacity, curiosity, whatever it's called, audacity thing, because for a man to say to me, "You're difficult because I wanted the food a certain way because his food is expensive," how audacity to him that he would say that to me when your food was shit and you need to take it back.
Yep.
You're lucky I'm saying it nicely. So that's an example of what indigenous people and women get all the time. So you do indigenous woman, queer, two-spirited woman, tiny, which people think, oh, no big deal. They don't understand that I got to stand on the perimeter of things as I've been crushed on the inside by tall people who don't look down.
Yeah.
Or tall people who don't think about anybody else but themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I've been picked up by big people, back hurt, neck hurt. I've been dropped down hard by big people.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, who would know that unless you're a little person, you've experienced it and tell big people that.
Yeah.
But shame. Okay, so just to divert into this, one of my favorite things that I love to always share and talk about, and we can do a thing together, you and I, is Dave Hawkins' Power versus Force. That's one of my favorite books.
Cool.
My twin sister gave that to me, and it took me like 50 years to get through it or something. It was really dense. I like the pretty pictures, because Dave Hawkins, he talks about the vibrational colors of life, and shame is a 20 in vibration. Joy is 540. Okay, so you see the difference there. And I lived in shame. So the visual for shame was me under the water with a reed breathing. That's how bad it was for me when I was growing up. I had everything. Everything looked pretty, the whole 9 yards, until, 5 scotch in, my mother and father and his vodka, late afternoons. it got crazy. We didn't bring our friends over.
Yeah.
My mom was Catholic
Yeah.
and fucking crazy. Was raised in a convent because her mother died at 3. You know, it's a great
Wow.
story.
Wow.
Her father died at 6, and so they threw her in a convent and had nuns raise her because
Wow.
the older kids were still young too, in their teens and 20s. They had lives.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, it was radical because my mom, all her best friends were priests who were pedophiles at the time,
Mm.
not the little girls.
Yeah.
So we were lucky.
Yeah.
And then she just, you know, it was just such a weird place for her to hang out. My
Yeah.
mom, she disappeared in those worlds. But we, you know, as indigenous, get back to that. I know I go all over the place, but being indigenous, we have a hard time speaking what we need.
Mm.
And I feel, you know, when Lahaina got, in my mind, Lahaina was blown up last year. Okay. So
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
you know, so when Lahaina got blown up and those people were killed, we had never, as Hawaiians, seen from the mountain, from Mauka to Makai to the ocean. We've never seen that space empty.
Mm.
And it was a weird blessing to see it because that was where our Ali'is played. That was the Venice
Yeah.
of Hawaii, was Lahaina,
Yeah.
Lahaina, this incredible space where food grew like the Garden of Paradise.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the whalers came in, gave all our women disease, gave everybody disease. You guys, we were like 1 million strong and killed down to 100,000.
Yeah.
Does anybody know that?
Yeah.
You know, so that's the stuff we're dealing with, that heavy lineage
Yeah.
that everybody goes, did anybody, you know, and Lahaina said, are you kidding? All my relatives, my ancient ancestors came through there. I am 8 to 10% of the Hawaiians that are left.
Wow.
My grandfather made it through to bring us through.
Wow. Yeah.
So after they killed off, you know,
Yeah.
90% of us.
Yeah.
So, so, you know, shame is a very low vibration. And, you know, you ask what are what the challenges? The challenges were to feel good enough.
Mm.
And that's in the top 5 things. Never feeling good enough,
Yeah.
worthy. Those things all live in shame. So I do teach and I do coach in Dr. Hawkins, Dave Hawkins, you know, vibration mode.
Mm.
And you know what I'm here to do now for the rest of my life is to uplift love, joy, and peace.
Yeah.
Love is 500, joy again is 540, and peace is 600 in vibration.
Oh,
And
interesting.
that's where I want to live.
Yeah.
That's where I do practice living. And that's where breathing helps me because I gotta breathe like all day long. Like right now, because I get going on how excited I am to still be alive, first of all. I've had, God, I can count 40 people on my hand that I knew that never made it to 50.
Mm.
Certainly didn't make it to 60. A bunch of them didn't make it to 30.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's another nugget from me about life is you cannot take any moment for granted.
Yeah.
And even if you're feeling shitty or you don't want to get out of bed or you just feel junk because it's not going the way you want it, remember, and I remember that all of that's coming from me.
Mm.
And if I do not align myself, that's what this is, Ty. I don't know if you've ever seen my symbol, but I want to educate people on this symbol more. I've had this symbol for 28 years.
Okay.
I designed it. And it means just standing in your power, in your chakras, in your breath, in your torus field, in
Mm.
your infinite light, that it comes from the center. This is this, you know, the spiral of life in everything we see.
Mm.
This is a symbol in Hawaii. It stands for the piko, which is the umbilical cord, the connection to your mother, my mother, grandmothers, great grandmothers, great great grandmothers, and
Mm.
what I call goddess divine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a Hawaiian. I never even could say the word goddess. I thought it was too freaking hippie. Seriously. And I finally have some friends that are white, beautiful sisters that, all right, I'll be a goddess, but I'm a warrior first, people, you know, because I'm Hawaiian. It's a whole different indigenous people. I'm not
Yeah.
knocking being half white, you know, but
Sure.
in fact, this coming November, 2024, put it on your calendar. There's an incredible show and it's called She Rose, Rose, and like 15 amazing entertainers are coming together that are singing and dancing, and we're traveling all the way up, starting in Seattle, Orcas Island, Portland on 11/11. If you're around, you and
Cool.
Naya.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's going to be a really incredible production, very first class, and I'm helping with behind the scenes
Wow.
and potentially singing in one of the moments. And
Awesome.
I'm really good friends with the goddess Sedona so far. So she's my sister. We did Flame of Truth. Have
Oh,
you seen
cool.
that Flame of Truth?
No,
It's a 12-minute YouTube film that we worked on during the
Flame
pandemic.
of Truth.
Flame of
Okay.
Truth. Look it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, you and I would love it. It's
totally.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're singing and dancing choreography there, and it's really powerful. Flame
Wow.
of Truth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really
Sweet.
cool. It won all kinds of fun awards, and so I'm traveling with Sedona and the gang, and
Awesome.
yeah, it's a huge commitment. It's like 3 weeks in November, then
Yeah.
almost the entire month, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
So we shall commence the magic and just speak it into existence because
Yeah.
that's a ritual for me right there. So
Mm.
when my brain gets really overwhelmed with all the craziness because I'm traveling for the Green Company, Live International, for a week in October. Then I'm traveling in September for 2 weeks for family and for work as well, for Live, and 3 weeks in November. So check that fall out. Yeah, it's gonna be good fun,
Yeah.
but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And so when I get into those overwhelmed moments, I breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take a deep breath. We all know this, so yeah, thank you. I just need to take a deep breath too with you. Take a quick sip of this. You haven't had a sip of this in a long
Mm.
time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go use the restroom, so let's pause.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah, it's just right in there.
Thank you so much. Isn't that yummy?
Oh, it's the best.
Get yourself some ice. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, really kind people. Kindness is a key, okay?
Mm.
So another ritual I do when I'm driving, I can't stand to drive. I'm gonna get enough money so I can hire a really fun chauffeur or chauffeurette, one of the two, two really beautiful people, one of each sex. Anyway, to drive me around because people are really rude on the road.
Mm.
And when I'm driving, because I have this new old Element and it's really comfortable. I have not had a comfortable car in a long ass time. So, anyways, and it's automatic, and I don't even use the air because I don't even know how, but um, I practice letting people go.
Mm.
And I'm really, if there's one thing about our generation, we're extremely impatient. I don't know if your parents have gotten over that one, but ooh, when people are disrespectful, it's a big one for me. I have to take a deep breath because I'm swearing in the car.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like a little rager. I used to be a rager in the car.
Uh-huh.
It was because I just don't like people who are rude.
Yeah.
Disrespect is a huge one.
Yeah.
And again, as an Indigenous person, you can't help but take it personally. It took me a long time to love myself.
Mm.
I couldn't even say the word aloha
Mm. Wow.
till I was 40.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was a bunch of bullshit to me.
Mm.
We were not raised with our Hawaiian language. We were told to put shoes on.
Mm.
You know, our mother dressed us in weird Caucasian energy clothes.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Made us prance around and dance for people
Yeah.
like a fucking paradise luau show.
Yeah.
Truly, I'm
Yeah.
ripping it right now because it did something to me for a while.
Yeah.
Shame. I felt embarrassed. So embarrassment is one.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of the things that shame and embarrassment, all that and guilt, all those things in the lower part of that entire consciousness.
Yeah.
It's a consciousness, and I still have moments where I'm embarrassed. Whew.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I let myself get embarrassed? Because I'm looked over, because I'm an elder.
Uh-huh.
I'm not with a partner right now, so it's really weird because
Yeah.
everybody's 40.
Yeah.
I mean, I could date somebody in their 40s, no big deal, but that's 25 years in front of them.
Uh-huh.
And that gets weird with people.
Yeah.
It isn't for a man.
Yeah.
Weird, yeah.
It
So
yeah.
it's
It
all
I
just
mean
kind of weird. All of it's weird. So,
it
our upbringing had beautiful, gorgeous moments. We were raised right on the beach. And
uh-huh.
then we had all this weird behind the fucking scene shit. It was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely yeah. Um Anaya and I and well, Anaya primarily is been going to Hawaii for a really long time. I used to go to the Big Island with a shamanism group that my parents were a part of that I was born into. And
My God, you're like the gorillas in the mist. I mean, you really like raised with wolves. I love it.
yeah,
No, I'm serious. You're absolutely adorable.
thank you.
So I'm glad you're not a stuck-up prick because you could be
Yeah,
with all that info.
yeah,
So thank you.
yeah,
Sorry, that just came out of me. I normally don't talk like that.
yeah.
But, because it's
No, it's true.
true.
Yeah,
No, because
true.
those are things I wish I could say to people. I'm not saying it
Yeah,
to you, but you could have been a real stuck-up, egotistical maniac.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could have, you know?
yeah. And
Mm.
I think um I feel that energy come up in me in moments
That's what
when
you're working on.
when I lose that presence, you know,
When you
when I'm
go into the
not right,
head,
when I'm not like
here.
bowing to the heart,
Om
I've
Namah Shivaya, Om Namah
right.
Shivaya.
like I've totally
Let's chant that together.
yeah.
3 times. You ready? Om Namah
Om
Shivaya,
Namah
Shivaya,
Shivaya, Om
Om
Namah
Namah
Shivaya,
Shivaya,
Om
Om
Namah
Namah Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Bam. Good job, brother.
Yeah.
We're going to get famous because we're going to just be goofy like this.
Yeah.
So
I
let me
mean
know because it'll be
that
like, hey, that crazy auntie. Call me Auntie MoMagic.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, no, so I'm gonna tell you right now because he can put this somewhere. But I have a new website that Ashley's working on,
Cool.
and it's kind of up one page, a landing page, but it's MoMagic, MoMagiccc, and then 3 C's stand for Connecting Conscious Community. That's what I do all the time. I just connect people all the time, and that's why I know a lot of people is because I'm the one that introduced people to people.
Yeah.
The woman that Josh got his haircut from today is my dear friend Jules.
Jules, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So, I lost my train of thought. There were so many fun things.
Websites.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yes.
So it's momagic.life.
Okay.
So it's MoMagic Life.
Sweet.
www.momagiclife.com.
Awesome.
So it's cute because I'm DJing this gay wedding of 2 gal pals of mine.
Nice.
She goes. We met the other day, and she's like, "I don't care what you play. I just love your energy, and what you do is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna play super sexy music
Yeah.
because it's all women, mostly women at this thing." And I said, "Bring on the single ones, the single cute ones." Anyway, so why not? Because she loves me. She's like, I'm telling everybody, but I stopped doing that. I just want to show up and have some fun. But I do the fun for me. That's another fucking parallelism. Do the fun for you. I get complimented on my dress every day. Probably every day.
Yeah.
Today's probably the least dressy I'm doing because I'm just being me because I worked out with my 28-year-old trainer, and what we ended up doing is just doing a roll. We did a roll session in all of our body. It was fantastic.
Nice.
And then we went and ate pastries. It was so fun. I
Yeah.
love her. So that's what I was attempting to do. But all this is secondhand.
Yeah.
Almost everything I has a story, or some fun adventure. I love Adidas, anything that's vintage.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of styling of people too, Ty. So
Oh, nice.
if you know anybody who needs a little like, I just need a cool jacket or something.
Yeah.
Just because I sell to people vintage hats
Oh,
and
awesome.
really cool bags. I mean, I'll probably have a 2025 fashion show of people who bought shit from me, and then they can just be in it.
Yeah.
They don't have to wear heels; they can just be in it.
Yeah. 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 Heels not required.
Heels not required. Barefoot if you want to during the winter. It's a good idea. I'm going to do that in February. I'll have a MoMagic freeze your ass off, fashion show.
Yeah.
Somewhere, wherever we are, because who knows what's happening with what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Thanks for not forgetting me. Because, that's what happens to me. That's what I used to do at home. And introduce people to cool people.
Yeah.
And then they go running off in the sunset without me.
I
mean, talk about, weird insecurities that I had growing
Yeah.
up. It was bad. I created some really bad stuff in my life.
Yeah.
Where that scenario kept playing itself over and over again. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's painful to be left out.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's like, you're so hip. Everybody loves you. I'm like, oh my gosh, just everybody be quiet.
Yeah.
It's not what's important.
Right.
I'm included because I'm inclusive.
Yeah.
I'm included because I care, and it's hard. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like someone's dating somebody that I was kind of interested in, and it's working out for them super good. I'm super happy for them.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Yeah.
And people don't talk about those hard moments.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You know?
all this is happening because you just asked for what you wanted. You sent me that audio message, and I was like,
Thank you.
yeah, we should fucking do
Well, I
something.
love you.
You
And
know, like,
I've had many people say, let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. Other people, and I did one with somebody else, and then Ashley wants me to do my own for my thing.
yeah,
But I love doing it together.
yeah,
If ever you need to, maybe we talk once a month like this, and we do
cool.
an update of what's up with Mo Magic's life,
Okay,
or whatever, where we help each other, and
sure.
in any way I can be of service.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it though, because I'm exhausted.
yeah.
I can't remember a password if you paid me. I've tried. That's like that's a comedy act for 60-plus-year-olds. I swear to God. Fucking password. Forgot. Forgot. Change it, write it down. Can't remember which one was the one you just put in. And no, it's messed the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm forever messed up by the passwords and the internet. So be nice to us. Don't be freaking bitchy and dismiss us. That stuff's weird.
That's right.
People don't even know how to dial a telephone. Come on now.
Yeah,
Or tell time.
yeah.
I'm not kidding. There are kids that don't know how to tell time.
Because the whole digital clock thing, it says the numbers. You don't need to learn
I
how to
need you.
read the clock.
I
It's
need you and
crazy.
Anaya. I do. I need you guys and Josh in my life. You're people that I care about, and I have other really close. I mean, there's community, but
Sure.
I would love to do something back here. That backyard's too nice to
Yeah.
not do something to
Yeah.
use it because you're paying a lot of rent. Let's use that backyard.
Especially when the grass grows back and stuff. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful
Yeah.
back
Well,
there.
well,
Yeah.
well. Seriously, I'm just inviting myself over
Yeah.
because
No, happy. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you can say no, I don't like you, and I'd be like, okay, cool, but what? You'd be a fool to do that. That's one thing that I practice is some confidence.
That's right.
When people say mean things to me, I'm like in awe. I just learned this new word from some funny thing on Instagram
Oh, okay.
called pistified, which is you're pissed and mystified. Okay, so we're gonna use that. You're mad and you're mystified by the absolute idiocracy of what's going on in our world right now,
How
right?
could you say that?
No, pistified,
Yeah.
like what's going on right now
Yeah.
in our political realm. This is
Yep.
all I'm going to say about it.
Sure.
It's pistifying to me
Yeah. Yeah.
because
I mean,
it's
you
it's
see,
it's
you see my
bullshit.
sign.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm like,
Please take a picture of that and send it to me.
yeah.
And I love Marianne Williamson, and she's just, I got to meet her when she was here at Unity. She's
Yeah.
brilliant and fucking amazing. I would love him and Marianne as two teammates because
Yeah.
they're just all about love and consciousness.
Yeah.
They could do it together. These two could.
Yeah.
But the one that's running right now is just a puppet, man.
Yeah.
She's a perfect puppet for the Dems, and they're so wrong to not let it be an open forum where you have him show up,
Yeah.
Marianne, everybody, so they can hear the thoughts of what's going to go down. Because the people who like the other guy, oh my God, they're just really, most of them are not well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I have one or two friends that are still thinking he's some interesting, weird cosmic messiah. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So again,
Ah.
I pray for our world.
Yeah.
I take care of my own center.
Yeah.
I am connected to the divine, which is masculine and feminine, light and dark, not good and evil.
Yeah.
These are my philosophies for sure, and I'm an infinite light being, and I am magic.
Yeah.
And I do connect people. That used to be the source of my pain in my heart, is that I was always left out and not included.
Yeah.
So now when people reach out and do weird things and invite me to shit, I'm like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I'm a good sound healer. I want to do it with other people. I can play flute. I can I have an own gong. I can play frame drum really well. I love the shakers.
Nice.
I like to have a shake night here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Because I have 1,000 shakers and I have some
Awesome.
personal ones. I just want to shake it out. Let's shake it out in the fall.
Totally.
With MoMagic and whoever else you want to invite.
Yep.
Because I just want to do an hour of full on percussion, banging, shaking, getting the shit out before we go into this crazy fall that we're gonna have.
Yeah. I mean, the rattle has existed in throughout so many different cultures. Like there's something about that frequency that
Yes.
just,
Let's
I mean,
do it. Can
it
we do it?
even,
Can we
yeah,
do it?
totally.
That's the
Yeah.
one. That's the first one we're gonna do.
I mean, it
Is
even,
shake, rattle, and roll. Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or shake, rattle, and grow. There we go.
Yeah.
There's the name. I'm really good with the marketing.
Cool.
Just a marketing whiz. Wizard. No. Or whiz. Anyways. Okay, so shake, rattle, and grow.
Cool.
Because I love to dance that way. That's why static doesn't do it for me.
Mm,
Okay, static's
mm,
so sweet and really cool,
mm,
but they never get it to that peak that I want to beat and I want to dance it out hard.
mm-hmm.
So shaking it with indigenous music, more indigenous music.
Mm.
Like I go to the blues festival every year just to hear new music.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of really cool new bands I'm listening to that are one West African, Middle Eastern combo, very cool. And Prado Brothers, which are funk and
Oh,
jazz. They're
yeah.
so good. They're
Nice.
Brazilian, Brazilian
Uh-huh.
funk, and I love Brazil. I could live there. So those are the things I want
Yeah.
to educate the community in a different way because static's great. It's just not. It's not for me.
Sure. Yeah.
And people like me, and
Yeah.
people that like me, and like this music will dig this kind of shit.
Totally. Yeah.
Because the other stuff's too contact high hippie for me, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all good.
Yeah.
But I don't want to smell everybody too. It's really harsh, when you're at the Tiffany, because I'm tiny.
Yeah.
I'm in everybody's armpit level.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not kidding.
No, I
Some
know.
of these
Yeah.
people smell really bad, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and I'm, you're gonna cut this out, and that's totally fine. But no, people don't tell you,
Uh-huh.
and then you smell like that, and they wonder why you're running away, and you do care for them.
Yeah.
I've actually had to say it to a few people. I said, "Look, I love you, but do not hug me. You're gonna wipe your stink on me, and
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
And here's some fucking deodorant or whatever they know it. And
Yeah.
I'm not mean, but I'm honest that
Yeah.
it's refreshing to them, and also they get a little annoyed with me. I'm like, I don't mean to be annoying. I'm just telling you what I need.
Yeah.
And if you think I don't love you because I'm not hugging you, it's because you smell bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the truth.
Right.
It's the truth. And people have done really well around me.
Yeah.
I had a sister who didn't like patchouli. She
Oh.
didn't tell me for 3 years, and she was angry around me all the time. And smell can do that. Smell can make somebody mad at you.
Oh my God.
So I stopped
It's so
wearing.
true.
She told me,
Yeah.
and I stopped wearing patchouli around her.
Yeah.
I said, "Thank you for telling me. You've been
Right.
mad at me for 3 years because I'm wearing patchouli because you don't like, and I don't like rose." And my trainer this morning had some stinky rose thing on. I said, "Oh, you smell like an old lady. Do not wear this, whatever it is."
Yeah.
Because she's fucking gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
it does not equate to the gorgeousness of her.
Mm.
So I rubbed some of my patchouli and shit on her, and she smelled better. But
Yeah.
people don't understand. That I'm an indigenous person. I wear my clothes for me. I do my life for me now, and
Mhm.
that's what the practice has been.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd love to find a lover.
Yeah.
Because boy, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need a partner because that's not always fun. I don't. I've lived with 10 or 12 of my partners
Uh-huh.
since I was 20.
Yeah.
Every 2 or 3 years, I trade out. Every
Yeah.
2 or 3 years, trade out.
Yeah.
And I was the common denominator. Yes, I know. What everybody, what did you learn in all those? That I'm a judgmental bitch.
I love it.
And I'm a criticizer. I used to be a super heavy duty
Oh.
criticizer.
Uh-huh.
But I know for a fact what I want now. I really do. And
Mm.
I want me. I want someone really similar to me.
Mm.
Who's super fun and adorable and
Yeah.
all those cool things.
Mm-hmm.
And I can be myself.
Yeah.
And I want a person unvaxxed too.
Yeah.
And that's hard. All that to come together is
Yeah, that's really
challenge.
funny. We actually so Josh is my cameraman for the Audacious Curiosity show, where we go around, we talk to people on the street, and we came in contact with this woman, and she had mentioned something, and she got vaccinated, and then we had the conversation, we were polite, and walked away. And I was like, I started talking to the camera. I was like, you don't know this, but one of my secret like things that I'm actually planning to do on this show is get Joshua a girlfriend, because I'm gonna ask people every once in a while, like, hey, like, are you vaccinated? And they say no.
Find me one too, because
Yeah.
I want to know queer girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And they're like,
Josh too,
if
man.
they
All
say
of us.
no, I'll be like, what do you think about this guy? Because it's like, it's literally his only criteria. He's like, I'm just trying to find a
Unvaxxed person.
beautiful soul that's
I
unvaccinated. Like
know.
literally, like
I
it's
know.
like such a great. So he found a dating website called
Unvaxxed.
Unjabbed.
Unjabbed. It
Unjabbed.
was created by some
Yeah.
women in Hawaii, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think
Yeah.
they have a queer section yet.
Oh, okay.
I have
Yeah.
to look, but
Uh huh.
yeah, he should
Yeah.
check that one out.
Yeah.
I love your red
How
hair. My
about?
God,
Thank you.
it's so incredible.
Yeah, it's
Do you
starting to
guys ever
fade.
want to go to
Starting to
Scotland
fade.
or Ireland?
Yeah, we
Do you
thought
have relatives out there?
no, but we
No.
have thought about doing because I did like the DNA test thing and like
The 23 and
figure
Me
yeah and
didn't
like
put you anywhere in that area.
no it did yeah I and it kind of gave some suggestions on like where to go and stuff and I've been thinking I want to do something like that but yeah it actually interesting I feel like
Yeah.
there's a vein there that we could kind of go down.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
me too.
so like I was told you I was raised in this shamanism group, and it's interesting because you know they we uh practice Huichol shamanism, which is indigenous Mexican tribe that is kind of a shoot off of the Aztecs, and essentially they kind of separated themselves from these tribes that were doing these things like human sacrifices and a lot of stuff like that, and started eating peyote and practicing healing practices and a lot of stuff like that, and they're ceremonialists and they're nonviolent people, they're hunters and foragers and gatherers and stuff like that, and so I was steeped in that, like born into this group, practiced so much of this stuff, went through a lot of different rites of passage, ceremonies, all
Hmm.
these different things. And so I noticed that later in life, when I was participating in these different groups, I would, you know, call on the ancestors, like the Huichol ancestors. And then recently, I just started to realize that I haven't been calling on my ancestors. And like, it's really interesting that I feel like, kind of like, what the fuck? Like, how have I been so stupid? Like, I need to, like, figure that out. I need to figure out who my
Yes.
ancestors are, where
Yes.
I come from, and like, Celtic stuff, and like,
Yeah, you're
figuring
Celtic
out,
and Druid,
yeah,
honey, and I'm Druid.
yeah,
I know some of that,
yeah.
but to ask me, answer me this, because how did, are your parents Weechel? Are they
No,
white people that just decide to learn this stuff? I
right.
mean, how do the Weechel people feel about this?
Yeah, so the shaman that we practice with was adopted by the tribe. He studied with them for a really long time and essentially became a shaman with them. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in Mexico where the cartels are starting to do weird things with the land, where they're essentially taking a lot of their land without their permission, and because they have so much money, the police aren't going to really do anything about
Right.
it, and they're indigenous people and they don't have a lot. I mean, like, essentially
Land
nothing.
is
I mean,
it.
they don't barely have running water or electricity. Like, they're like true indigenous, and I've gone to the village many times, and the whole thing was, he was a shaman. They are in this place struggling, dealing with all of this shit with the government and everything. And the shaman that he trained with told him, hey, look, you go to America, teach people about Huichol shamanism, and do what you can to sell our art and make money and send it back to us so that we can try and protect this thing that's happening here, because
Do
it
they have art
yeah,
that you sell?
yeah, really,
Ooh.
really, really beautiful art. Yeah,
Oh, I would
yeah,
love to see it.
beaded stuff
What?
and woven stuff.
Ty, how
Yeah,
come I don't know this? We need to
yeah,
help these people.
yeah,
I mean, the only reason why I'm kind of digging deep with this
yeah,
question is people, the appropriation of Hawaiian things has been
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's been horrible. And people are making money on us right and left.
Yeah.
Disney, Moana, and come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
So, I don't mean to be so something about white people stealing our
No, yeah.
shit, because
Yeah.
that's what's happening. That's
Yeah.
what's happened
Right.
forever,
Yep.
colonization.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of an issue with that,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
something I'm working on. I want to be just loving, but it's hard because people steal our shit and they don't give Hawaiians anything,
Yep. Yeah.
and we're fighting for our lives in Lahaina right now.
Yeah.
They just had testimonies all day yesterday, the 23rd, about people trying to, all the short-term rentals and are owned by all these people that don't live there.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're trying to get them to be long-term rentals for local people.
Right.
It's crazy, Ty.
Yeah.
Crazy. So thank you for allowing me to
Yeah.
kind of breathe through that. And
Yeah.
I mean, people have called me a shaman. I said, I don't even know what that even means. What is shamanism?
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you, quite keep it short,
Yeah.
just because we've got to be succinct, because we'll talk about that at some other time. But
Yeah.
what is it? Because people call me that, and I'm like, I'm not a shaman.
Well, I think being a shaman and shamanism are two different things, but what I would say is in Weechel, for the Weechels, they call them like the Maraakame. And the Maraakame is like the healer and the ceremonialist of the village. So he or she, they're female
Yeah.
shamans, and essentially they sit at a certain part of the circle where the altar sits,
Hmm.
and they call in the spirits. They sing. They're in. They're the channel for the
Right.
spirits to
Yeah.
come through, and they sing and convene with the spirits to bring them here so that we can participate in
Yeah.
ceremony. And so I think that is, for me, the idea of what a shaman
Cool.
is to be the clear channel to bring
Well,
the
I've opened up.
spirits here,
Yeah, I've opened up a couple of events for sure like that.
Yeah.
So I'm a channel for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
But
don't like being called a healer.
if I
I don't know.
can,
Yeah, help me.
I want to speak directly to what you were saying, because um I have been struggling for years now, especially since the uh kind of a piece of what the pandemic brought about was this whole Black Lives Matter and this whole movement that started to happen, and this like cancel culture and like bringing about all of this stuff. And I think that the heart of it is really good, which is what you're speaking to, of this thing that it's like, this is our shit. And so I started to stop talking about where I come from. And a part of me is like, I didn't ask for this. I didn't get I didn't ask to be born into this group and steeped in this culture and do all of these things and go to the sacred land and do these pilgrimages and go on vision quests and like all of these things. Like, I didn't, like, this is just like where I was placed.
Mm-hmm.
And now here I am, a white redhead with a taekwatsi and a bunch of sacred wisdom that I'm like, I am I supposed to be holding this? Like, who is this? Who am I in this world of like Weechel shamanism? And like, it's a really uh conflicting and almost painful thing to feel like I have so much to give in that capacity, but feel I'm unworthy of holding it or things like that.
Yeah, and that's the judgmental side of indigenous people towards white people, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry for that, but and no buts, and that's just what I'm working through,
Yeah.
because everything was taken from us.
Yeah.
Our language, our land,
Yeah.
our people,
Yeah.
our artifacts, our gorgeous art, our dance, everything was taken.
Yeah.
Okay, and so there's got to be a interesting way we can integrate the knowledge I know, because I just do it from my heart.
Yeah.
And then there are people out there teaching Ho'oponopono and teaching all these other things. They're making fucking money on our shit,
Yeah.
and it's incorrect too. On
Right.
top of it, and I'm not some major Hawaiian everything, but my twin sister is, and I have two other sisters that are very into the activism and know what's going on. So it is a. I'm sorry you're feeling that, and I'm feeling it too as
Yeah.
an indigenous person that doesn't know it very well.
Yeah.
So there is something that connects you to this Huichol thing that you've got to figure out what that connection is.
Mm.
And not only just spirit, because we're just spirit, but there's something in your lineage somewhere.
Mm.
Go find it. Go find the reason why it's these guys. I
Mm.
think so. That's just that's what my feeling is. It's
Mm.
somewhere along the way you have a tie there,
Mm.
energetically,
Yeah.
possibly even because I just don't slap a bunch of runes on my face if I don't know and
Yeah.
have the feeling that I am from here.
Sure.
Everybody's like, "How come you didn't do a cacao, or Hawaiian thing?" I said, "Because I'm not Maori,
Mm.
and yes, I'm Hawaiian, but you don't see Hawaiian tats on the faces. But I don't want some massive tattoo down my leg like some Samoan or some big Hawaiian. I don't
Right.
want that. I'm not into that. I have one little one because I designed this one when my older sister passed away. It's a little haupu'u fern, how the ferns
Mm.
unveil.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and the woman who was doing mine didn't do a good job because the ink wasn't inking me very well there. But
Mm.
all my sisters, we had an older sister pass away, and so all the sisters have this symbol about her, next
Beautiful.
phase, yeah.
Yeah.
And but theirs are all very clear. The tattooing was very clear. So this was done when I had my, your eyebrows are really fair, but on a person who's aging, who's got gray eyebrows, we disappeared.
Mm.
We disappeared. So I had them tattooed, and so I had her do
Oh wow.
these
Nice.
because she could put gel on my face to kind of numb it because I don't like the pain of that.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
not fun.
Yeah.
So doing these were a big deal for me. I mean, I can't even believe I went with it.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it looks great.
Yeah, no, it feels like it's been there all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I'm not just Hawaiian, Chinese, German, English, Finnish. I'm from other realms, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some journeys with stuff where I'm see myself turning different colors.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just deep different colors. I'm like, oh,
Mm.
my little alien skin's showing up in those moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Do you feel like you're like you've been
Well, I've never been
like
abducted, or nor do I feel like
oh
I've been, taken up in some alien ship or anything.
no, but like maybe in a past life or something you were like on another planet or something like
I
that.
definitely don't feel that I'm fully from Earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so
And I'm not like an Elizabeth April who's just incredible. Do you know her?
Elizabeth April, no.
She's so freaking cool. She's a
Okay.
beautiful lesbian channeler. She's been channeling since she was like 14, and she's like 27 now. And
Oh, okay.
look her up, Elizabeth April. She's really good.
Okay,
And she's
cool.
talked to the Galactic Federation, the whole 9 yards, and you just kind of go, this woman's got to be for real. None of this sounds made up at all.
Yeah.
She's just so badass and beautiful and just tells it like it is. Yeah, my wife and I just had a kid, and I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know anything about her.
Uh-huh.
So I love that you kids, everybody's just out, 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 out. Like it's a thing, actually. It's a thing, and there's so many things going off on Facebook and Instagram of all the queer couples and just everything, and the beautiful lesbian couples that are out there now. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that wasn't happening when when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like murdered during those days.
Yeah.
That was only 30 years ago, guys.
Right.
When I was 30. Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean
So,
it yeah.
yeah. So the change, I know that we've talked a bunch of those things in a roundabout way, but the overall arching thing is that, we know the only thing that's for real is change. And it's brutal and it's painful. And it's like 1 minute a friend's alive, next minute they've taken their life.
Yeah.
1 minute a friend's alive and they die of some weird cancer,
Mhm.
like their parents did. And I don't believe in genetically giving shit to people. I just don't. I'm gonna
Mhm.
just put it out there because oh, it's genetic. I'm like, you know, maybe a little bit, but
Mm.
I really believe that we're energy
Mhm.
crystallized into this dense body.
Yep.
I'm having some issues with circulation right now, and I'm just doing my best to keep dancing and go work out. And I have EMF pad, things. I got all the
Sure.
gizmos to play. I love gizmos.
Yeah.
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 So, but change cannot, the body's going to age and it's going to be happy along the way or not.
Yeah.
Right? You either can choose happy or not.
Yeah.
And most people choose unhappy because they don't feel good.
Mhm.
And feeling good is the reason why I do what I do with Live too. So, change. You're going to suffer if you have any expectations that
Yeah.
it's going to stay the same.
Yeah.
And if it stays the same, it's boring out of your brains and your partner or your life or your career or everybody always goes, Mona, what's your passion? I'm like, ooh, sorry, I knocked it down.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I did good. I only knocked it once.
Yeah.
What's your passion? How about breathing for one? Okay, so we're gonna do something together.
Yeah.
I and Moana. We're gonna
Awesome.
Thai Mo, not Thai Bo. No,
Ah!
it's gonna be good. We're gonna have fun because you're smart and you're fun to talk to.
Thank
We
you.
and you're interesting.
Yeah.
See, I'm interesting.
Yeah.
I'm interested and you're interested.
Yeah.
This is what that's what I want to do in my life. I want to be
Mhm.
interested in people
Yeah.
genuinely.
Yeah.
And I'll help people feel better.
Mhm.
People don't feel good. And
Yeah.
if you don't feel good, you freaking want to lash out. That's just what happens.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about the
I'd love
live?
to. I'd
Yeah.
love to talk about Live real quick because it's one of those things that when I was 49, that was 16 years ago,
Yeah.
I was 20 pounds heavier. And that's a lot. I mean, I was going through menopause, doing all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Now everything's about menopause online. It's just too weird. But nothing was going on back then. Nobody knew nothing about nothing back then, right? So I was really sick and I was a super freaking sugar addict. I mean, I worked for myself. So I was like going around the corner buying beers, drinking beers, and eating ice cream for dinner and just jacking myself with anything just to keep me going because I worked for myself. This is how bad it was.
Mhm.
I was an alcoholic, sugarholic. I had my own two studios. I was dying, Ty. I was dying. I had
Mhm.
a crazy partner who just was so demanding and was raising her kid. And oh, it was just, I, I'm really grateful I survived it. I literally asked the universe, look, I need to stop sugar. People know that sugar's like cocaine, okay? You can walk into a store today and see all the Snickers and the Nestle's and all that crap that I ate as a kid. And that's like doing drugs, you guys.
Yeah.
It was doing drugs for us. We would do pixie sticks where you crack that thing open and just pour pure sugar into your body.
Yeah.
Truly, I mean, I was about ready to die. I should have died at 49 because my kidneys weren't working right.
Mm.
I knew my liver was shot. I mean, all kinds of bad things were going on.
Yeah.
And I had made an appointment to go to a Western doctor. It didn't work out. And I literally said, universe, I need something. And this product line walked into my first Friday open mic thing. And
Mm.
one of the people that was with the company at that time was an amazing singer. And she sang and introduced the greens to us. And at that time, I never drank water. I was drinking booze and teas and energy drinks and fucking sodas with, not sodas, but coffee things with 30, 40 grams of sugar on each thing. It was tasted so good. I miss those so much.
Yeah.
I was eating Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream bars that were probably about 40 grams per each one of those things of sugar. So that was about 8 spoonfuls of sugar. I would eat that every day. And I wondered why I was 20 pounds heavier
Mhm.
and I was angry and everything hurt in my body.
Yeah.
So, anyways, when this showed up, it's chlorophylline, fulvic minerals, grapeseed extract, resveratrol, um, just the minerals. Go look up fulvic minerals. I didn't even know what that was at 49. I had no idea what fulvic minerals. I barely knew what the word minerals meant.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I'm getting excited, because health is exciting to me. It
Yeah.
really is. I was dying and I felt terrible. I felt junk. And I had a sister die like years before at
Oh,
age
okay.
47
Yeah.
and I was 49. I thought, well, I made it to 49. That's good enough.
Yeah.
So are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's so sad
Right.
to think that 49 is good enough.
Yeah.
So what this did is it fed every cell of my body And so my whole body was not getting nutrition. So the cells went, oh my God, it's nutrition. So let go of the fat. Because you store fat when you're not getting nutrition. Because you gotta burn energy.
Right.
And I want to keep the muscle on me. Otherwise I'll be one flabby, old person.
Sure.
And I'm not burning stuff. So anyways, it's this vicious, wild cycle.
Yeah.
And the guy who makes the stuff is a biochemist of 40 years.
Wow.
He made this for his grandkids because the kids today are just jacking themselves with badass shit.
Yeah.
So once they got this in their body, that sugar addiction took it down for me about 80%.
Wow.
And lately it's been a little stressful with death and things going on and the world going upside down. And I have been eating a little more sugar than usual. And I've had a drink or two more than lately. But it's, I get to see, I know my jag. I know when I'm a little off. Because sugar is cocaine, baby. It's just, and I come from the 80s,
Yeah.
we had the best of that in the 80s. Wasn't laced with anything.
Yeah.
I have no reason to not be completely honest to you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this conversation.
Absolutely.
Because I can tone it back, but it's no fun anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to anymore. This is me.
Yeah.
And I love that song that's from The Greatest Salesman. I live my life by all the musicals because there's a song in there called This Is Me. And it's just, it makes everybody who's a neurodivergent and a badass like me feel good. Because I woke up at age 35, 35, popped out of the matrix. There was no one like you around. I was alone.
Yeah.
And I was sick.
Yeah.
I didn't feel good back then.
Yeah.
Because I was just I was just like doing bad shit to me, and the sugar was finally catching up. And I've literally had moments of crisis in my body.
Yeah.
You ask what are defining moments. It's the crisis of that, and also the magic of synchronicity. I'll tell you this other story.
Sure.
I was 28, 26, 27. Anyways, I was living with a incredible woman, but she was an alcoholic. So was I. And we just got in fights and just cool stuff, just crazy, weird stuff. And I was really sick back then. It's like 29, 28, somewhere in there. My first Saturn return, I didn't even know what that was until later. Anyways, so I say, please, universe, I need help. I feel really sick and I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do. This is, not on my knees, but just like begging because I was just sick.
Yeah.
Well, my that partner became an ex, but she got sober. She's still sober today, but she smokes so much pot all day, just, on her vape for the last 40 years. Anyways, I'm not sober, but I'm not an alcoholic like I used to be. But, oh man, I'm a little off track. There were so many fun things going on at the time. Sorry. It's such a great story.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm asking the universe help.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking the universe help. I did good. And I get a call and I'm seeing this chiropractor, not as a dating situation, but just seeing her because I had chiropractic problem. I was a set builder at the time, was building things. I was a real macho little girl.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, good. Anyways, and I was building sets in Hollywood as a prop maker and all that crazy stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. I used to
Sounds
build
like a cool
build
job.
sets. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But we didn't eat right. We just partied all night long. We danced on the weekend. I danced like 6 days a week till 2 a.m. Then I would go to work at 5 or 7.
This was LA.
LA. I was in my 20s. It was hot. We were all hot. We were all young and sexy. It was fun. It was like, and I knew all the Brat Pack guys a little bit. I knew Rob Lowe and Demi Moore. We knew of them, and we ran around in similar weird circles, and we'd say, hey, and it was just weird.
Yeah.
Demi Moore, and I knew Demi Moore's brother because I was dating his sister. It was, really incestuous and fun. We all had crushes on Jodie Foster. And she finally's come out. What the fuck, man? Everybody's finally like, I'm okay with myself. And they're 60s, but she's still hot.
Yeah.
Still gorgeous. Anyways, I love it. It's just so hip to be queer and lesbian now. It's just so hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, oh gosh, I get all sidetracked because it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. But those days were really, really fun.
Right.
So I get a call from my chiropractor. Okay, this is it. It's the Baraka Center, not Obama Barack Center, but it was like Barak. It means the light or something really beautiful in some language. Barak Center. Anyways. And she worked cute little toes. And she worked at this center. She was a chiropractor there. And it was a very
Okay.
magical center with all kind of acupuncture. It was a very beautiful center, really peaceful things.
Cool.
And she goes, Moana, they're giving 30 people, a free month's worth of healing everything. This literally came after my prayer. Please,
Wow.
I need ring, ring. This is Hetty was her name, I think. She was beautiful too. Anyway, she called and got me in the fucking program.
Wow.
It makes me cry.
Yeah.
So I was super sick. Got to see a shrink, got to see an acupuncturist, got to see her, got to see a masseuse. And then they gave me this program called Insight. Insight. It's just so beautiful. I think it's an offshoot. This guy named John Rogers, and I think it's an offshoot of the Forum and PSI. These are all different, personal growth things. I've done Psi, which means synergistically, people synergistically involved. It's a beautiful program.
Wow.
I thought I was going to be a coach in one of these things, and I'm just, I'm just one that loves to just keep moving along in life. I would have been stuck there, and then I would have been somebody for sure. But you know what I mean? That's why Live, that I'm getting back to what this is all about. That's why Live is so special to me. I've been with them for 16 years.
Wow.
And I know the formulator. We started with three or four different products. We have like 12 products now.
Awesome.
And the greens I drink every single day. We also have a CBD full spectrum, gorgeous drink. None of this has sugar in it. It's really served my life.
Yeah.
And I am dedicated to getting people hydrated, and it's not expensive. Um, it changed my life. I really feel like a 40-year-old. I felt like a 65-year-old back at 49. And now
Yeah.
I feel like a 49-year-old.
Yeah.
Now, yes, things hurt, but I've been so physical in my life. I was an undercover cop too
Wow.
in Hawaii for a year.
Wow. Amazing.
Pearl diver at
Really?
SeaWorld right out of college. It was hilarious. Yeah,
Wow.
and then that's how I got to build sets, because I ended up like I was a pearl diver, and we'd have to jump in this water. It was like 60-degree weather. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And I ended up with ear infection, so they sent me to the set building, and so I started to build and make stuff with them. Then when I moved to LA with my one boyfriend at the time, that's where I went into a place and said, look, I don't know how to use these tools technically, but I want to learn, and I'll sweep and do whatever it takes to get there. And they gave me a broom and big old vacuum cleaner, and
Wow.
off I went. I think I was 22 years old, 23.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a form of shamanism. I mean, I can fix something that most people look at and they throw away.
Yeah.
Or like example, I'm at the Haven the other, like months ago, and the lock to get out the door, the handle to get out the door is broken. You can't get out the door. Can't turn the handle. This is the boys now.
Yeah.
And it's outside. So somehow somebody threw it outside or did something to be an asshole, and we couldn't get out.
Wow.
So anyway, somebody got the door open, and I went and got two nails from my nail gun, two-inch nails, broke them apart because the nail guns are together, and put them in the hole because it lost a cotter pin.
Oh, right.
And I folded it over, and that's still how that handle is working till today. That was 4 or 5 months ago. No one's fixed it properly.
Yeah.
Because you need a set pin, but I didn't have one.
Right.
And it will never get fixed probably.
Yeah.
Because it's good enough for them.
Right.
But that's what I've done for a living for the last 25 years, is
Wow.
fix the little things, because people just are like too lazy. They don't know how. They're going to pay a plumber to fix the handle, which could, I did it with a little bread wire thingy from a bread bag, because the chain broke, and I just tied it on there enough to, when you pull it up, it pulls. And then you have to know, you got to let the stopper go all the way down. You got to know these things, these little nuances. If you haven't played with a toilet before, you're not going to know.
Yeah, totally.
So anyways, that's who I am. And that's why beauty is another really important thing that we can do life with. You've got your hats out, you've got your plants here. I love that big mirror thing on the wall. I love thankful, grateful, and blessed. Yeah. That we're the present.
Yeah.
And when you're in your head, it's because you come from a very brilliant group of brilliant minds. Your parents are really from another planet.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
And blessings to them for carrying on something very special that they couldn't carry on.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to look at the things that we can support this group because I believe in that. I know that's happening and I know that's real stuff.
Totally.
Because there's a lot of bullshit that is not for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's have a cool shake, rattle, and grow moment where we can do something cool together.
Yeah.
Sell the we show is it how do you spell it?
Yeah, Huichol. Yeah, so it's
WH.
actually, so it's interesting because when you look it up on Google, you type in Huichol, Huchichol, Huichol, which is actually a derogatory term used by like
Colonial.
colonial and other, even kind of like just Mexicans. It essentially means like the people that ran away.
Okay.
It's kind of like the afraid ones.
Yeah.
And that it's like because they were not down with this like human sacrifice and a lot of the weird violence that was happening in these tribes, and so they left. And so they were like, "Oh, the ones that run away."
Yeah.
And what they call themselves is Werarika, which is like the people of the feather people, or like the people of the the feathered ones. And you'll see if you do look it up, there's a lot of feathers, and they wear like feathers on their hats, and it's
Yeah, because they're the people call them the frightened ones or the afraid ones, but they're the flight ones.
right.
They didn't want to fight. They took flight
Yeah,
and stayed in a higher vibration.
yeah,
And that's hard to do
yeah,
in life.
yep,
I mean, we all didn't get the jab, and man, people were fucking mean. I
yeah,
lost people during that time.
yep,
My entire family disappeared on me for 2 years.
yep,
Didn't want me around for
yep,
no Thanksgivings, no Christmases, no
yep.
nothing.
Yeah, I missed out on a lot of,
Yeah.
yeah, yep,
But I had all you guys, and I ran around with a fun crowd here and
yeah,
had a blast with everybody.
yeah,
It was hard. I had to let them go. It was a practice of letting them go,
yeah,
because they, oh shit, because it's not an easy thing to take flight and do your own thing and
mm-hmm,
be your own guru,
yeah,
like this stuff in the political realm, everybody's, but I mean, definitely want those guys and want something else, but that's still just a fun, weird game and an illusion
mm-hmm,
because we can stay sovereign. I
yeah,
know we can.
yep,
You just have to team up and
yeah,
thank you
yeah,
for, giving your stuff and doing what you do, I mean, it's, this is what we're here for.
yeah, yeah. That actually reminds me of something that I've been kind of this idea that I've been trying to develop, which is I call it somatic intuition,
Hmm.
like taking something like a breathwork practice or like a meditation or whatever it is, whatever practice it is, and instead of being like, oh, I learned it from this person or this scientist or whatever, and that must mean it's this is the best way to do it. This is the best way to do this breath work. And taking that and having your own practice with it, having that own like soma, somatic, like feeling that in your body, and then use your intuition of like how do you do it for you, and tuning in with
Yeah.
your own intuition, taking what science says or what the people who know what they're talking about say is the good thing, and then integrating it into, okay, yes, and
Hmm.
what is the best way to do that same thing for my body? And
Well, it's an epistemology of the body.
yeah,
It kind of is because I think the understanding of epistemology, we should look it up, but is this the philosophy or the history or the way you look at things from your perspective.
yeah,
I mean, what works for me is not going to work for you, and vice versa,
right,
on all levels for everything.
yeah,
That's why when you find someone that you can live with and cohabitate with and love on those levels, it's a really special thing.
yeah,
For as long as you guys have been doing it.
yeah.
20 years? No.
Well,
15?
we've known each other since the first grade, and been together 14 years.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, that is the
yeah.
cutest thing. That's why, just are you guys doing any sort of theme for your wedding?
Yeah, so I think we just came up with a name for, or Anaya just came up with a name for it. um, Ever After Fest.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, I want you to know I see you as Elfin. You're
oh, thank
yeah, no, I
you.
look at you and I go, yes. I mean, you can easily be
Yeah.
leader of the elf. Is it Elfin or Elvin?
Yeah,
Elfins,
Elvin,
yeah,
Elvin, I think,
yeah,
yeah,
Elfins,
yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
the Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
I think he was part of the
Uh-huh.
Elfin group, whatever, good looking Elfin. But also just that magic, that red
Mm,
hair is magic.
thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that is not just from the
Yeah.
you learn that stuff, but
Yep.
there's a history in you that you got to go learn.
Yeah.
And I'm learning more and more about my father's history because I know more about my mother's,
Mm,
the Hawaiian Chinese side. I don't know
right.
much about my white side, but I think it places me in Finland, German, and English countrysides too.
Sure.
And the runes have always been with me. So
Yeah.
all the fantasy, the everlasting or the ever after kind of fantasy of that realm is always. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a knight from some other realm too, druid knight probably
Yeah.
from that realms. The who were they called? The Moors, not the Moors. The Knights Templar
Oh, okay. Yeah.
potentially, or
Yeah.
that realm of beings
Sure.
that protected things.
Yeah.
That's kind of who I am.
Yeah.
In a different realm.
Yeah.
And that's the way I love to dress a lot of times. It's kind of weird
I
and
love
fun
it.
and fun. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just what allows me to, wear big fur things and kilts. I'm
Yeah.
120 pounds. I'm not some big, gigantic German Viking person, but I'm sure I have a little of that in me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
A little bit of
Totally. Totally.
stabbing and slashing.
Mm.
Because in my world, I've received so many knives. It's very interesting.
Mm.
Because I help people with their garages and I help people whatever, and a lot of vintage, weird, fun, gorgeous things come through me, and I've sold most of them because they're just too gorgeous and too much for me to have around. I think I've kept one or two,
Wow.
three.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, it's wild. These are really magical times, and I
Yeah.
see that in you.
Mm.
And
Thank you.
yeah, the things you were born into, there's a reason,
Yeah.
and you're finding your way.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like slam dunk, and the essence of who you are is shamanism.
Mm-hmm.
The essence of who you are.
Yeah.
And you can change all that to something so sweet,
Yeah.
and different because I can't teach the Hawaiian things perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go right to a much higher source
Yeah.
than,
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
it's interesting. I actually just met a guy my age at the farmer's market, and he's Weechel. And like, it was a really amazing
wow.
experience to like find that out from me telling him some stuff because we kind of went down a rabbit hole. It's really not something I tell a lot of people, but it kind of like it came out and then he was like, "That's crazy. I'm Huichol, like my family, all this stuff." And then it was like all of a sudden I'm like telling him like I want to teach you like songs and stuff. And it was such a weird thing to feel like I can teach him something about his culture. And I'm I'm so deeply terrified of being the white guy who is like, and I'm just really like trying to hold it with just the knowing that it's not me, it's not mine, but
It's yours to give to someone who comes from that
right,
lineage.
still like honoring the
Hmm.
what it is. And I'm trying to be very delicate about how to go about the whole thing because I really am uh afraid of that thing that like you know that really
It's
gnarly
hard.
it's
It's
a
hard
dark
for all of us.
energy
Yeah,
to
it's a hard thing for all of us too, because I don't know what to do sometimes. I don't
yeah
want to be judgmental about it,
yeah
but it's so gross.
yeah
You're not.
right
What you're doing, what you've done, how your parents have done it has been out of pure respect. So I
right
think that, and I know for a fact that if we do it with respect, then
yeah
some of it is a good thing. I think that it's hard. You know, it's
Yeah.
hard to because everybody steals from everybody. Hello, I'm
Originality.
no,
It's
there
like,
no original. Don't think you're original
yeah.
by doing David Hawkins' Power versus Force chart. I had that 30 years before you were even born. Okay,
Yeah.
so the reality is that's why I've learned. I really that I'm. I mean, I was a big FOMO girl, man. So
Mm,
I just really obviously I was the middle child. Nobody paid attention. It was rough. You know, it was really rough. Catholic bullshit, being queer, the whole nine yards. It was tough having a twin who was better than you, bigger than you. Everybody compared us. Ugh,
mm,
we're fraternal. We didn't even look alike.
right.
So all the things that make me today at 65 is hilarious
Mm,
because all the things you didn't know I did, police officer, pearl diver, all I've done it all because I wanted to try it all. If I didn't like it, I wasn't going to stay in it.
yeah.
But he was, oh, what's your wise words on passion? I said, if you don't like it, get out. That's passion. If you love doing it,
Yeah.
like I was rewiring beautiful vintage lamps last night till 10 p.m.
Mm,
That's what I'm doing now. I mean, I've done big projects and stuff, and now I'm just people throw these gorgeous lamps away. I hate lampshades; they're ugly as sin,
mm,
unless you can turn them upside down and make them uplights, which I've done for one of my lamps.
yeah.
And I put disco lights in my lamps. They're so fun, and if you don't like that, you can buy a really cool bulb. I love the Edison bulbs, or you
Yep.
can just get your own lampshade. I
Yeah.
hate getting lampshades. They're
Yeah.
terrible and they're expensive.
Yep.
But I
Yeah.
like that lampshade because that's like, mid-century, the skinnier
You know where
ones,
that came from?
Where'd that come from?
Earth Space. When we took
You
over the
s-
lease,
you scooped it
we
and brought it home.
no, when we took over the lease,
Yeah,
we
but she
signed all the
didn't do it.
papers, and she left all of a bunch of stuff in the place. And then when we backed out of the property because of the mold problem, we were like, oh, I guess all of this stuff is ours, and that was one of the things that made it home.
Oh, it's really
It's
gorgeous.
cool, right?
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one that I like, the lampshade.
Yeah.
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 So I'm doing that. I have a vintage space, at the Haven right now, and
Yeah.
I'm rewiring lampshades, and I'm fixing things for people and
Sure.
doing art. And then I have cool things for sale, very good prices because they're all divine finds on my part that someone loves it. You might even get it for free. That's how fun I am. And
Nice.
then I, style people because people need, like I said, they need some. I love coats,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why I love the fall and a little bit of the winter. But I think I've got to start to get out of town for through 2 3 months and have a tiny home on Oahu somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
the plan.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have a sister and a brother-in-law who has a really nice big backyard, and I would put like a something they could just drop in there.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Okay, cool.
just a prefabs, a little something there, and then they can use it while I'm gone for the 9 months I'm gone.
Awesome.
And I need to talk to them about that. I think they'd be open to it.
Yeah. That would be
Because I'm
amazing.
a
Yeah.
chill sister, man. I painted their entire house in the interior. It's fucking gorgeous.
Wow.
This baby sister loves me.
Uh-huh.
She loves me.
Yeah.
And her son is getting married, the ER doc in Hawaii,
Right.
September 7th.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good party.
Yeah.
Because the all the aunties and uncles are invited because we're aunties to this boy,
Uh-huh.
but the boy's first cousins are not invited because there's too many of them.
Uh-huh.
So that's a bummer for him because he misses all of them because they're all his age and they're fun, they're partiers. But
Darn, yeah.
yeah, they just couldn't afford it. It's a
Yeah.
lot to bring in, a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're even kind of going through a similar thing of
I'm
like
sure you are.
our own cousins and stuff being like, oh my God, this is so weird. Like, how can we not invite our cousin, but how can we afford it? It's such a weird thing. It's like we want everyone to be
I know,
there.
and all your
then,
friends want to come
right.
party with you.
I know. And
I'm
then
like,
it's,
why? Where's my invite?
yeah.
I'm actually going to a party for. Remember Drake and Lucas?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those two. I was there when those two met too because I
Okay.
was friends with Drake.
Cool.
And that's how they met through some healers event that we had, Drake and I, and at the that Oasis house.
Yeah. Oasis of
Yeah,
Change. Yeah.
change, yeah. And
Yeah.
so, God, that was an oasis. I got to meet all of you there. It was just really special. I got to meet, and that was during the pandemic time when we all partied together and all came together. It was really, really fun.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're getting married on the 17th of August.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what's happening. I was like, what's happening on the 16th? What happened on this? Because I got to put things down. And when I don't put it down,
Yeah.
anyways, she's having some fun party the night before the wedding. I don't need to be at the wedding, you know. So she's like, Auntie Mo, come to the party before. Family Mystics is playing and we're just
Oh,
going to
nice.
party. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's good enough for me. It's
Yeah.
like an hour away from, I got to find somebody to take me
Yeah.
because I don't want to drive an hour away.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I'm going down to Bend. I'm going to Bend before that
Oh, okay.
on the train, go see some friends. And
Sweet.
yeah, so it's gonna be a busy month, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
life is this way, and I think we covered some really great concepts.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about,
Yeah.
Ty. Thank you so much. So much
Yeah.
to share.
Definitely.
I'm interested in you, so it's always good to, we'll never be a one-sided thing. Thanks for listening to me. I got to tell you, final thoughts is, being the middle child, and indigenous, and working through all these things of shame, and feeling good about myself now that I'm truly living in love, joy, and peace. I
Yeah.
really am. I have moments of embarrassment. I have moments of like I don't feel good enough even at 65.
Mm.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I'm fucking lose it. I'm judgmental. I still have a lot of those things,
Yeah.
and I'm much more aware of what I'm doing. There was nobody like you when I was a kid like you.
Mm.
So to have all you kids grow up and to find you all is it's a beautiful thing for me because it was a lonely time to be conscious. And I wasn't very conscious.
Yeah.
I just partied and then I was dying and then I got the greens and then I changed my life because I made choices
Yeah.
and we have good things. We have
Yeah.
good things. And yes, it's home based, but it's direct sales and everybody's selling something. You're selling your program, your pecan peanut butter or whatever she's got.
Pistachio butter.
Pistachio, very cool. I love that shit. It's like crack. It totally is. That and Lily Koi jam are like insane together. It's just,
Yes.
ooh, I think I'm gonna go home and have that right now. But it is. Thank you for inviting me in
Yeah.
because the consciousness of the 60+ year olds, the last of the boomers, we need help, and you need us, and you
Yeah.
you need us, and we need you
Yeah.
because we're in 15 to 20 years. Your parents are going to be gone. I'm going
Yeah.
to be gone.
Yeah.
These are really special times for you because I didn't do a good job of knowing my elders. They were all drunks,
Yeah.
and none of them talked about anything like this.
Right.
Okay, there was nobody in their 60s that talked like this to me.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was scary.
Yeah.
Scary. I took my mom to rehab at age 33 when she was 63.
Wow.
Now I'm 64.
Wow.
And I got to watch her have her last JV and scotch. And she
Wow.
was not the same person when she stopped drinking. She never went out again, hardly ever. She
Yeah.
was not the life of the party.
Mm.
And I've done most of my life inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what we've done. So the greens has stopped me from being inebriated on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's been a little weird lately, but normally I'll have one drink a month, maybe,
Yeah.
or every other month. I mean, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
It's a sugar problem.
Yep. I mean, honestly, like
So this took it down.
yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
totally.
And it's super freaking reasonable.
Yeah.
And I make enough to pay my bills with this company because they don't put it in the shelves of Costco.
Yeah.
It's not liquid fucking IV.
Right.
It's not AG1.
Yep.
That shit's terrible for you. It's
Yeah.
not great for you.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yep.
And this tastes good.
Yep.
One of
Yeah.
those moments. So I could go on and on. All I'm saying is that I'm living life well. I'm proof of it. I have a good time. People like being with me.
Yeah.
I am my own little baby rock star occasionally. It's hilarious. And I have to just like, good to see you. Or, people, oh, you look so cute. I get compliments on my clothes every day. I'm like, God, are people just so muggle in their lives they don't see magic? Like I'm magic and I'm going to show up magic. And I'm telling you, when I first arrived here 9 years ago, I had a hard time being out there because I was so muggle. It was so muggle to me still,
Mm.
or I was so muggle.
Yeah.
And so as I've grown more into myself and into my gratefulness and my greatness, hello, I would wear a top hat, jump on the bus, and wear all this bling, and people would look at me and stare at me, try to get my eyes, and maybe look away, and they like look at me, and then they go, "Hey, nice labradorite ring or whatever." And I go, "Hey, nice quartz crystal around your neck." And then all of a sudden, the magic would start talking to each other.
Mm.
I mean, it's that's what I see. I see the magic, of course, the mycelium, the connection that we all have to each other.
Yeah.
people are always tripping out. Why are you so friendly? I said, because you're family to me.
Yeah.
Until you're not, and then that's okay. Just
Yeah.
love you. You're somebody else's family mate.
Right. Yeah.
I have a big family.
Yep.
In the star world, or whatever they call it out there. Every once in a while, those kids crack me up. I'm like, okay, I'm still working on the Galactic Federation. Okay. That's a bit out there for me, but she's cute. So I'll listen to Elizabeth April. There's some really great people sharing right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mine. You just got to know that it was never here 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The age you're at. Nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And if you just talked about any of it, you were like thrown in jail or killed or ostracized or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why inebriation came in handy.
Yeah. And I really, I want to honor you for the journey of mastering yourself in the way of, I see the value in doing the sober thing and being like, I'm an addict, therefore I need to never drink again. And I get that. I see its place, and I think that there are some people that need to be that way.
Yeah.
Because it's like one drink and then your whole fucking life is done.
And that doesn't happen to me anymore.
But I acknowledge you for having the awareness in your own intuitive nature to be like, no, I think I can have a beer. No, I think I can, and know that I'm not like gonna lose myself in it.
Yeah.
And I think that really comes with mastering yourself and just like all the things that you've spoken about today. All those facets of your life, how that coming together is your ability to just like, no, you have the greens, no, you have these things, and then you can have a drink and not lose yourself to the.
Because I'm drinking electrolytes in between it too.
Yeah. And
I have a couple samples of the full spectrum CBD drink that's just tasty,
yeah,
tasty, high vitamin B in the panel.
Oh, nice.
Rhodiola, ashwagandha, a little bit of natural like tea caffeine or whatever, and it's a mood enhancer. It's delicious. That keeps me from eating crap all day long.
Yeah,
like I used to.
Yeah,
I'm not a great chef.
Mm-hmm.
I can make a good salad and I can do basic pastas and things like that, but it's not a joy for me. I think if I manifested a partner that was good cook, anybody out there? Female cook, unvaxxed.
Hey, what?
I'm just telling you.
Some people's list is really long. If your list is that short,
no, it isn't that short. But that's the two must-haves. Okay,
I fucking love it.
Not a drunk either. Right. Someone that likes to take care of themselves. You want to hear my list? Call me.
Yeah.
Call Ty. He'll give you my number. Because I'm not dead yet. You know what I mean?
1-800-MoMagic.
1-800-MoMagic. That's it, man. That's it. We're gonna do it. 1-800-MoMagic.life.
Yeah. To close this out, imagine all of your interactions, all of your connections, everything that people know you as was taken. And you have one message to leave the world. And this is it.
Okay.
The whole world receives this message.
It has to be just one word? Can it be a short statement?
No. Oh yeah, a sentence.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything was stripped from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you get to give a message to the whole world.
This is beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a great question. It would be, you are loved and you are light. You are eternal and pure loving energy. Let go and have fun. You're light, man. You're infinite.
Yeah.
None of it matters.
Yeah.
Except loving. That's it.